Alright everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today is a little different than the use, only because I am by myself. Yep. So, me and Grim normally go riding on Sundays, and that's when I film. It's just our day. We both have the day off from work. Unfortunately, it decided to rain all day, on and off. So I decided to go riding. I was bored, I had the day off. Why not? And I wanted to make a video. It's a nice day out, it's cloudy. It may or may not rain today, who knows. The Grom is officially my 4th bike that I've ever owned. I didn't know about these when I started riding, and I don't know if they were around since it's been that long. No, but I took a safety course. It had been my 2nd course I'd ever taken. Only because I was still in high school. I was like a freshman. I didn't even have a license. I took the class with someone I knew, and I didn't have a car for the longest time, so I didn't realize that the endorsement expires after a while because, you know, I'm a kid and don't realize these things. After the safety class, I got myself a Kawasaki Ninja 250. Yeah, so I rode that for about 6 months. Got completely bored with it. I was just ready for more power. We'll resume the following transmission after the red light. They're like, we got this Yamaha FZ6R in pearl white. I customized it the way I wanted to. You know, I put the blacked out windscreen. I got some flush mount turning signals on it. I put the integrated tail light on the back, all smoke gray. So I had it the way I wanted with the fender eliminator. I rode that for about, I want to say 2 years. 2 years straight. And I was having a blast. I think it might even have been like a year and a half. But I put 7,000 miles on that thing. Like, I rode it everywhere. Ooh. Just everywhere. And then one day, I walk out and it's gone. I lived in an apartment complex. You know, the dude at the dealership told me, oh, you don't gotta worry. This is not a high theft bike. Don't ever believe that, guys. Just don't. I don't care what they tell you. Put your bike someplace secure. I just had it in a parking lot. You know, it sat out there for that whole time, so I thought it was fine. I got too comfortable, walked out one day and it was gone. I was just devastated. I still owed on it. I'd only paid like a year and a half to 2 years, so you know, I did a 5-year loan. So I didn't want to screw up my credit, and on top of that, I didn't really know much about insurances. So I had liability only. So that, unfortunately, unless you add it, comprehensive is not on there. And for people who don't know what comprehensive is, it is theft. So I did not have that on there. So I put a claim in, and they were like, well, dude, you're shit out of luck. So I did not want to screw my credit up because I did want another bike. And for the next, what was it, 3 years, I was out of bike and had to continue paying on it. So yeah, that is the story of my Yamaha. But yeah, I paid it off, and I now to this day have a title for a bike I don't own that has still yet to surface. And the shitty thing is, for the first, I want to say, year, because I did their police report and whatnot, so the first for the first year, the cops would call me every 6 months and ask me if I had found it, and I was like, what do you mean? I thought that's what you guys were doing. So I was a little pissy about that. Did you guys see that? I do not know what was going on. Anyway, my neighbor was like, hey dude, I got this bike and I had something that I wanted to get rid of, so he made an even trade with it. It was a Gixxer 750. It was a track bike. I was the 4th owner of this bike with 23,000 miles. It had racing fairings on it for the track. He had cut the front out to add his own set of lights because the dude had ripped all the lights out. I didn't have turning signals. I only had a headlight and a tail light from like a trailer. It was like a towing trailer. But you know what? It gave me the confidence to get back on the street again with a bike. I wasn't even sure if I could handle that kind of power. I've never ridden a bike that has that much torque, that aggressive riding position. I jumped on this bike, absolutely fell in love with it. It was just so much fun and it was so fast. The downside is it needed a lot of work. So I just couldn't, I mean, I didn't have a payment on it. It was nice, but I didn't have I can do some things mechanically on a bike, but a lot of the things I needed to do on this bike was just way out of my expertise. I had talked to one of the guys in my squad and I had said, hey, you know, I know you're looking for a big bike. If you're interested, no rush. You know, it's not like I have a payment. I don't need the money right now. I'm still just kind of looking around. And, you know, a few weeks later, I want to say maybe a month, is probably more accurate, he hit me up and said he wanted it, and I gave it to him pretty cheap. You know, I wasn't looking to get much out of it. I just kind of wanted to break even. And I did. I broke even. And I had started seeing a lot of the stuff about Groms on YouTube. And I was like, oh, that bike looks pretty chill. And I was actually going to the Honda dealership to look at a CBR. And when I got there, unfortunately, they didn't have any. I was very disappointed. You know, I go there for a CBR. They don't have the 600. I'm bummed out. But I look over, and there is a Honda Grom chilling. And the cool thing is, they had a special going. It was non-ABS, which I'm not used to anyway. And I saw this Grom and just snatched it up. And for being a very low CC bike, dude, I fell in love with it. It's so much fun. You get in so much trouble with this damn thing. I didn't think I would. You know, I understand that it lacks power and stuff, but it's just riding around. I don't do really much stunning, you know, but still, I have a blast on this thing. I've been happy ever since. Yeah, but that's really what I wanted to tell you guys. Just, you know, I guess a little history of how I started riding. I've always been obsessed with bikes. So yeah, I guess this is where I'll end my video. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you like, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Later. Later. I know, mine's cooler than his.